So excited to be here. It's Michelle Cunningham. Okay, so today we are talking about the most important first step for network marketing success. If you're just joining in, let me know in the comments, say I'm here, and let me know what it is that you sell and where you're watching from. I always get so tickled when people in like Sweden are watching and you're like, no way. That's the coolest thing ever. So, very excited to talk about this today. But before I dive in, I'm quickly going to share my backstory so I'm not a total stranger to those of you who are watching for the first time. And if you are a first time watcher, I'm always fascinated by that. If you are a first timer, just comment first time because I'm like, whoa, how'd you find me? Did you just like, I just appeared? I'm going to take my broadcast really quickly and I'm just going to share it to my group now that it's a little more difficult to hold on a second. We're sharing. Okay, I got it everywhere. Okay, that's the key. So I go live using StreamYard and I'm live on the business page and then I hit share to all my different groups and it goes everywhere. And we're broadcasting to YouTube at the same time, which is so fun. So I will drop in I'm just going to share my backstory and then I'm going to dive into the training for today. And if you do not have a spot for next week, next week kicks off the Back to Basics Boot Camp. This is a free training with the most ridiculous workbook that I'm going to be showing on the screen with all of this information next week. You can grab a free spot. I'm going to be live every day next week at 1 p.m. Eastern right here inside this group. We're going to be broadcasting everywhere. And then if you're like, oh my gosh, best training ever, there is the option for you to upgrade to get even more bonuses. But if you comment 163, if you're watching on my business page, you can grab a spot there. If you're not watching on a business page and you're like, wait, how do I get that thing? Just go to michelleisnice.com because people are like, why is it free, Michelle? And I'm like, because I'm nice. So then I bought the website michelleisnice.com because that felt like the right thing to do. Anyway, so just go to michelleisnice.com to grab a free spot and make sure you tell your friends that I'm nice because they also can have a free spot. But I'm going to be training on all the different strategies of how to set your vision, how to get tons of leads, exact strategies, step-by-step strategies. I don't leave any detail out. I show you what to do to get the leads. Then I show you what to say to book the leads. And then how do we recruit the leads? I'm teaching it all next week because I figured it out, right? For 6 years, I was stuck and that's part of the story. So let me tell you the story. So I grew up incredibly poor. My mom was a single mom. My parents divorced when I was 6. So my younger brother was 3. I was 6. My older brother was 7. And we were kind of the poor kids. We had a house, so we weren't that poor. But we didn't have a lot of things that rich people had, like Pantene shampoo and like big rich people apples, like expensive apples. We could not afford that kind of stuff as a kid. And so I come from very humble beginnings. And I remember at a very young age just wishing that I was wealthy, like the confident rich kids. Like I truly believed if you had money, you were just confident. And like that's why I wasn't confident, because I didn't have that. So I decided instead to be shy. And so that's who I was growing up. I was very shy, very insecure. And I share that part of the story because sometimes you see someone like me acting all secure and all awesome. And you're like, dude, were you just like born that way? The answer is hard no. Hard no. I was not born this way, but through lots of trial, lots of errors, lots of growth, I've changed. And so that's the good news is you don't have to stay shy forever. Cause I used to be really painfully shy. I would hide between my mom's legs when people would come up to me and she'd be like, she's shy. I'm like, yes, I'm shy. But I don't believe shy. I think shy is just another way to say I'm lacking confidence. Truly. I do. I really believe that. So anyway, when my parents divorced, my mom ended up opening a daycare in our home and we didn't have a whole lot of money. I ended up paying my way through college because I got a pretty good ride because I was the poor kid. You get good financial aid. Went to Marietta College in Ohio. And when I graduated, my coworker, who is now he's a surgeon, right? Not my coworker, my buddy at college. He's now a surgeon, but he was studying to be a PA at the time. And he was like, dude, you should get a job as a pharmaceutical sales rep because it's impossible to get into and you can make a ton of money, but I don't think you could get into it. And for some reason, I take that as a challenge because he says I can't do it. I'm like, watch me. And so I literally order a book online, how to become a pharmaceutical sales rep. I study how to do it. I call up pharmaceutical sales reps. I shadow them. Like I go like supercharged. End up landing my job with Merck Pharmaceuticals, pretty big company. And that's what I did for my first job out of college. And while I was there, these are like moments that change the trajectory of your life. People that you meet in your life, they change your life. Say I've met one. If you've met someone that you're like, gosh, it completely changed my life, right? So anyway, I meet when I'm there, Sam is my coworker. And Sam and I had the same sales territory. We both selling Fosamax and Zocor and Vioxx, right? That then got pulled off the market. But either way, this is what I was doing. And so, sorry, my eye waters when I talk, or just waters. I don't know. Someone said yesterday seasonal allergies. I'd switch my makeup. I'd try new makeup, still waters. It just waters all the time. Anyway, not all the time. just with the makeup on. So it's, potentially related. So Sam is like, hey, my wife sells for this beauty company and she makes money on alongside her full-time job. And I'm like, tell me more. I like money because I grew up poor. Money is security. And so I go to this hotel room with her in West Springfield, Massachusetts, the Ramada Inn. I walk in, there's all these ladies. They're smiling. They're smiling. They're all happy. And I'm like, why are they so happy? And they hug me. They're like, oh my gosh, hi, Michelle. It's so good to have you here. Come on in. I'll give you a hug. Where are you from? And I'm like, who are these people? They are so nice. But there was too many of them for it to be like fake, because I was like, there's no way that like all 50 women in here are like faking this. They actually were legitimately nice people. And as I'm sitting in my little chair, I'm watching on the stage a lady who has just earned a free car from this company. There's another one that claims to be a millionaire in the company, another one that's making six figures. And all I can think in my brain is like, these chicks do not have bosses. Oh, that's amazing, right? So I'm like, this is either awesome or this is a scam. This is either awesome or this is a scam. So I go home and I call my mom and I confirm. I was like, Mom, oh my gosh, it's like so exciting. I was at this thing and then I tell her about it. And I try to like convey like the awesomeness of like everything. And she's like, baby, just be careful. That sounds like it could be a scam. And I'm like, oh, wah, wah. So for a week, I'm like, I'm not joining. I'm not joining. It might be a scam. It might be a scam. I'm like, but then I just couldn't get it out of my brain. I'm like, there's no way that was a scam. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. Right. So I sign up because I remember at this time I'm 22, 23. And at 23, you don't have to listen to your mom anymore, right? So I'm like, do it, girl. Yeah. So I sign up. And then when I sign up, the lady that I meet with is like, this is how we're going to build our business. Now, this is 2002. Okay. This is like a lot of years ago, 22 years ago. That's crazy because in my brain, I'm 23 years old, but that's not accurate anymore. I am not 23, but I still am in my brain. Okay. So anyway, so she's like, we're going to build our business by walking up to strangers. Because you said you don't know anyone. I'm like, right. I just moved here from college in Ohio. Now I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts. I don't know anyone. She's like, okay, well, that's fine. We can go to the mall. We can walk up to strangers. And that's where like my heart sinks. And I've just ordered $3,000 of the company inventory because I'm gung ho. And so for the next 6 years, I dream about this business. Every day I dream about the business. I go online every night after work and I Google ideas for the business. Every day I bring my business cards with me and I'm going to share them with someone, but I get too nervous and then I quit. I do this for literally 6 years. And in that 6 years, I amassed a total of 3 customers, one of which was like, oh my gosh, your makeup looks amazing. What do you use? I tell her, she tells me she loves that company. She wants to order it from me. And so she orders from me every 3 months for 6 years. And because of Sarah, which I write about her in my book, which my book is called doitanywaygirl.com. This is my book. If you go to doitanywaygirl.com, you can get this book. But I write about Sarah in this book. Okay. So Sarah, yeah, Kim, see, she's 29 too. Okay. What age is everybody in your mind? Can we do that? I'm 23, but I could upgrade it to 28. Someone said the other day, I'm like, maybe I am 28, but I'm definitely not. Okay. But anyway, Sarah continues to order from me every 3 months. And I would go inactive in the company. I would lose my status because I didn't order enough, but she would order it. It was just enough to order and just enough to order my stuff. And it kept me sort of active. I wasn't really making a whole lot of money, but because of Sarah, I never quit. And so for those of you that have ever thought about quitting, I believe it's so imperative to find a Sarah. Okay. Find someone who continually orders from you. And then one day I had this epiphany, like 6 years in, I'm like, dude, if I could just find like 10 more Sarahs, I'd actually have a legitimate business here. Like, what if I had 100 Sarahs? Like, this could be a really big business. And I was like, it's a novel idea. Maybe I should go out and find some more Sarahs, right? And so what ended up happening is I moved to, I was in love with this boy who I'm now married to, but he was my boyfriend at the time. And I moved to Ohio and I move in with him. And I am in real estate. I'm selling commercial real estate. I'm 29 years old. The market crashes in 2009 and I'm not making any money. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not making money going to this stupid job. I had to drive there to this job. Wasn't making any money. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I can make this network marketing thing work. I got all this inventory to sell that's now actually expired, but I'm going to order new inventory and I'm going to make this work, right? So I tell my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband, I was like, hey, would you be cool if I just like, went all in with this? And he's like, all right. He's like, why don't you just like get a real job? Like, like a real job. And I was like, how about I try this for 6 months? And if I can't make it work, then I'll get a real job. He's like, how about you just get a real job? I'm like, how about you give me 6 months, and if I don't make it work, I'll get a real job. He goes, okay. And then I die because I'm like, oh my gosh. He said, okay. I'm like, don't argue with this. Agree. And now you must make this work, Michelle. And I'm in big trouble if I can't make it work, because the way that I look at it is, if in 6 months this doesn't work, where am I going? To jail. I got to go to work, and that's jail. And I don't want to go there. So I'm like, you better make this work. So the next day I wake up, I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? So I like worked out. I got all motivated. I'm like, hey, you got to go meet people. What are you going to do? So I remember going to a networking event. I had no idea what I was doing, but I went to a networking event. I was like, just go meet friends. Go meet friends. So I did. I went to a networking event. I met some friends. I got their cards. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of new in the area. If you guys are going to other networking events, I'm just looking to meet new people. And they're like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm like a beauty girl. Right. I didn't give them too much details. But after every event, I'd take their business card, and I tell you how to do this in my book. If you go to doitanywaygirl.com, I tell you how to do the whole thing. But I would email them this very specific email. Like, it was so great to meet you at the event. I give them all this. I would say, I know you're an insurance agent. If I can think of anybody that might be good for you, for your business, I will definitely pass them on. But what I was thinking? I'm actually putting together a working women's portfolio of professional women in the area. Would love to feature you. Can I send you some more details? And like, who's going to say no to that? Nobody. Okay, nobody. Right. So they would respond back, and then I would build this relationship. I'd have them over for an appointment. And then I would play a referral game with them, which I'm teaching you all of this next week. So when they would come, I'd play what's called the fabulous referral game, which I ended up figuring out how to turn one lead into 20 leads. So those people would come, they'd fill out an entire sheet for me of referrals, which would then feed my next week. Okay. So did I learn this all in like the first week? No, I kind of fine-tuned this over a few months, but I ended up turning one person into 20 more people. Then out of those 20 people, 2 of them would come back for an appointment. Those 2 people would give me 40 new names. And from that, 4 people would come back for an appointment, right? So this became like, the only way I can describe it is like a tree. You got your tree trunk and you have a person. They give you names, and then it's like, and then those people give you names, and then those people give you names, and it grows and grows and grows. And at the end of those branches, something happens. One of 3 things happens at the end of those branches. Number 1, they buy something from you at their appointment. Number 2, they don't buy anything from you, and they just give you referrals at the appointment. And number 3, they decide to join your team, right? And it just became so magical, because it was like, oh, I got the person, they refer the more people, and then the more people refer the more people, and it just like grows. I actually have a visual of this. I just don't have it. I don't have it pulled up in front of me. It was so crazy, right? This is so fun. Nika Smith. Did I say it right? It's your birthday. Okay, I'm sending you a birthday gift. What would you like? I'll send you a signed copy of my book. Do you want this, or do you have it already? Because if you have it, I could send you something different, like maybe a unicorn. But someone gave me this as a gift. That would be weird to regift it to you. But I could go to Target tonight and get you a gift. So you just let me know. I could surprise you. All right. Anyway, you got to text me, and I'm going to send you a gift. There you go. It says text us questions, but just text and say, it's Nika. It's my birthday. Surprise me, or send me a signed copy of your book. Whichever one. It's options. Okay. Suddenly, all of the comments will now be, it's my birthday, Michelle. It'll be like this thing. Like 78 people. All right. You have your book. Okay. I can send you something else. You just let me know. All right. So anyway, I forget my train of thought of where I was in the story. But so anyway, I end up, when my husband says that, he was my boyfriend. I found a lady that lived in the area. I was like, hey, I got to make this work. So I found a lady, and I ended up going to her house, and she was with the same company, and she showed me the ropes. This lady showed me the ropes. And from the day of meeting her to 6 months later, I went from no customers I had Sarah. I had like Sarah and like maybe 2 others. Okay. I had like 3 customers. I went from 3 customers to 300 customers 6 months later. I went from no company car to earning a company car 6 months later. I went from no people on my team to 50 people on my team 6 months later. All because of one thing. And I'm going to be sharing the most important first step for network marketing success. That's the topic of my training. But there's lots of little messages embedded in here. Okay. And so it was literally so crazy when I met Maggie. And it's a great story, because I remember pulling up to her house. I'd found her online after the boyfriend said, okay. He said, okay, figure it out. In 6 months, you'll just have to get a real job. I'm like, dude, freaking watch me, watch me. I'm not going to get a real job. And I never had to get a real job, by the way. If you're wondering how the story ends with 2009 was the last time I was ever employed by someone. Thank you very much. Best feeling ever. Okay. But it's possible for anybody. Right. And so anyway, I find this lady online. I go to her house because she's having a meeting. She tells me to meet her at her house for this meeting with the other people. And I pull up to her house, and I get nervous because I'm like, dude, I'm at someone's house. Maybe this is like where I die, well, this feels awkward. And so I call up my boyfriend, and I was like, hey, honey, I'm in someone's house, and I just feel like kind of awkward because like, I just don't know. I was like, I don't know. What do you think? And he's like, baby. And this is what he says. He goes, baby, you don't have a job. I was like, okay. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to go now. Maybe I'll die, but I love you. Goodbye. All right. So and yeah. So I walk in the house, right? And so she is so nice. She is so nice. She's like little and she hugs me like the other ladies at the hotel room, right? And she hugs me and she welcomes me in. There's 10 other women there, and we're sitting in these chairs in her living room, and she's doing a training for us on like motivation, and I'm listening. And as she's talking, this red rash appears on her neck, like camouflage, red rash. And she goes, I want to tell you something. Do y'all see this red rash on my neck? Every day, it's hard for me to talk in front of people. I suffer from social anxiety. I've had a very traumatic childhood. I've had a lot of trauma in my life. But I know one thing, successful women, do you know what we do? We get up and we do it anyway. Successful women feel the fear and do it anyway. And I was like, is that right? I didn't know that. I literally didn't know that. And I remember being like, that actually gives me hope, because I'm kind of broken. And if you think that I could do this, lady, then maybe I could, if you think, right? So anyway, I leave the meeting, and the next week I'm supposed to come back, because like you come weekly. I don't come back. Why? Because I think that she doesn't like me or something weird. I make up some story. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll just get a real job. I literally, and that's kind of, I'm falling off of my belief in myself. Okay. Tuesday, I'm supposed to be there Monday. Tuesday, that lady calls me. She called me, which I share that with you because there is power in a phone call or a text message or a message of any sort. She calls me and she says, hey, it's Maggie. Hey, we missed you last night at the unit meeting. I was really hoping you could come back. So anyway, next week, I want to put you in charge of the guests. You are just so sharp and you would be so good. So I would love your help. So anyway, let me know if you'd be able to help with that. And I listened to the message and I'm like, are you kidding me? This lady, who I'm not even on her direct sales team, she's literally asking me to come back and help. And she believes in me, but I don't really believe in me, but maybe I shouldn't let her down. So I should go. And so I go. And I sometimes cry. I remember training a very big network marketing company on this. And literally when I shared that part of the story about Maggie, I'm like, you guys, I don't think you understand, because it makes me emotional. And I would say I might cry again. But like, had Maggie not made that phone call, I wonder what my life would look like today. And I share that with you because sometimes you don't want to make a phone call, or you're like, man, I shouldn't reach out to her, or I might be bugging her. But had she not made that phone call, I probably would have given up on myself again, because I was in a moment of being broken for many years. And she made that phone call and she believed in me, and she came and she gave me things to do and made me in charge and believed in me. And 6 months later, I did what she told me to do. And 6 months later, I was driving a free car. I had a team of 50. I had 300 customers, and I had built so much confidence from the actions that I had taken. And so never forget the power that you have in a phone call to someone, even if you're like, but I don't feel secure myself. I'm like, dude, just call them anyway. Call someone and believe in them, because you literally can change their life. So crazy, right? So anyway, 6 months later, I'm now leading this team. I've built my confidence. I'm still learning in the process, but that went on. I did that for the next 10 years. I continued to see 100 people personally every single month. I'm going to be sharing how I saw 100 people personally every single month, because leads are everything. I'm sharing that next week in the Back to Basics boot camp. It's a free boot camp I'm doing for network marketers, sharing all my strategies. And why would I do this for free? I'm doing it for free because when Maggie reached out to me and believed in me and cared enough, her free belief in me changed my life. And I made a commitment that if I ever figure this industry out, and if I ever win in it, which I ended up becoming a 6-figure earner per year and drove a luxury Cadillac from the company, I mean, it changed my life. I won a trip to London. I was on a New York Times billboard. I'm like, you know what's crazy? That same billboard, the next day, Beyonce was on it, which essentially means I'm Beyonce. That's my logic on that one. Okay, just saying. Anyway, but like all this stuff happened because of her belief in me. And so I share that with you because when she believed in me and she showed me what to do, I said, if I ever figure this out, I'm going to show other people how to do it. And so that's what I'm doing next week, is I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And this is no small workbook. This is 100 plus pages with scripts and strategy and pictures, and it's pretty and it's fabulous and it's amazing. And so when you sign up, you get free access to the training. I'm going to be live next week, and this is going to be showing on the screen. So you'll see, as I'm going through it, you'll see the stuff on the screen, so you can screenshot it. For those of you that are like, wait, I would like that printable version, there is the option to upgrade to get access to this if you're a VIP. And VIPs also get a special meet and greet with me every single night at 8 p.m. next week, where you can ask me questions on a Zoom. So we're like talking, you're like, dude, I got to tell you the story and I need your feedback on what you do, Michelle. And so very interactive next week. We have tons of people in the VIP group already, which is really fun. So So anyway, okay, so here is my most that's the story, right? That's the backstory. And so this is where you go. MichelleIsNice.com is how you can sign up for next week. So there's that for you. But the most important first step for network marketing success, I will tell you, and this is the first thing I'm training on next week, right? Because it is so critical. It's the one thing that I did this and everything changed for me. Every single thing changed for me. And I'm actually giving it to you. I'm going to give you the one that I created next week. So you will see it. I'm just looking to see if it's in here. Okay, so it is, yeah, it's right here. Okay, so it is creating a written vision statement. And I'm not one of those big like mindset coaches. I'm always like, dude, just show me what to do and I'll go do it. And my mind will get stronger in the process. So a lot of what I train on is actions and step-by-step stuff, not like, I believe in you. Well, belief is great, but like, dude, show me actually what to do. And I say that because for 6 years, I would go to company trainings. I'd be like lost. I didn't have a leader. She lived far away. So I was by myself at like someone's random meeting and they would be there and they'd be like, you can do it, girls. Just get after it. I'm like, do what? Like, I need to know what to do. And it wasn't until I met Maggie that Maggie handed me something similar to this. And she goes, listen, this is everything for success. Here's what you do. Here's how you get your leads. Here's how you book them. Here's what you say when you're in front of them. This is how you recruit them. Like, it was everything. And that is what I needed. Okay. And so I know that the action is what matters the most, but I see a lot of people fall out of this industry because they didn't have this one thing. And the one thing is that written vision statement. And so many years ago, and we can go on a field trip. Let's go on a field trip because that's way more fun than just watching a talking head. So here's a field trip. All right. So I'm going to youtube.com. So, okay, go to YouTube and we're going to look up Michelle Cunningham. That is how I find stuff. I just Google my name, vision. Okay. So, and this was me, vision statement. Okay. 9 years ago. Okay. Right. Here we go. Let me just see if it's the right video. Yes, this is the one. Let's see. That's my son. Doot, doot. Oh, there she is. Hey, that's the lady that believed in me. That's Maggie. Okay. I just share that with you because that's so crazy. There she is. Oh yeah, there's me. See, I was on the stage with a lot of people. Yeah, that was like 2,000 people I was talking to. Oh, anyway, this is me telling the story of like I ended up building a studio because I did. I built this studio for my team. We ended up growing so big that I had a beauty studio. So this is me showing the whole beauty studio and just how we had our. Okay, anyway, that's not the right video though. Please hold. Hold on a second. Vision statement. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Play this one. Let's see. Oh, this is someone else's. No, that's not it. Hold on. I know where it is. Michelle Cunningham intro. I think this is it. Okay. Okay. This is it. This is the video. All right. So hold on. Jeez. This is dramatic. Oh my goodness. Please hold. This is very dramatic. Video. Play soon. Okay. My goodness. Hold on. A lot of ads. All right. All right. Okay. So this is me. This is like 9 years ago. Okay. And so I write, so this is my written vision statement. Okay. So go look up team building, my simple introduction or story. Look up Michelle Cunningham team building, my simple, and it should pop up. Okay. Let me just go back so you can see it. Okay. So anyway, this is my written vision statement. Okay. And so this will give you an idea of like exactly what, you know what, this is maybe not it. This is a really good training though. This is how I changed my introduction at my parties. It included my vision statement. And when I changed the introduction at my parties to sound like this, then I started to recruit like crazy. The first time I did this, I went from recruiting very little people to my team to recruiting 20 people that month to my team, changing my story. And I just come off of stage and there was 2,000 people I'd spoken to, and I got off stage and everyone swarmed me and they'd only give me like not that much time to share. So I couldn't share my whole story. When I got off stage, they're like, Michelle, what did you say at the parties? What were you saying? Like, how did you? And so I said, guys, I'll make you a YouTube video. And so this was the YouTube video that I made sharing my story. Okay. Which is really good for those of you that want to recruit. Okay. But taking it back to the written vision statement, which next week I'll be giving you access to my vision statement. The vision statement, when I wrote my vision statement, I literally said things like, and it was crazy what I wrote on there. It's basically what you want your life to look like in 5 years from now. And you write it like you're living it. So this morning I woke up, I headed over to the grocery store, didn't look at any of the prices at the grocery store, grabbed all organic fruits and vegetables and got dinner ready or got everything I wanted for dinner for tonight. I love fresh food. So I just stop whenever I need stuff and I grab it. Then my brother asked for some money for a down payment for his house because he couldn't afford it. So I asked him how much he needed. And he said $45,000. So I sent it to him that day. Then later in the day, I was like, man, I really want to go to Florida. It's kind of cold. So I booked a flight for me and the kids. I'm surprising them. We're going to go tomorrow just for fun because, like, who wouldn't want to go to Florida tomorrow? So that's what we're up to. I wrote crazy, crazy stuff in there like that. Okay. And every day I would read this written vision statement. And I love to listen to Oprah, but Oprah will always say, just create the most grandest, most beautiful vision for your life because what you believe you can achieve. And it is so true. And so I wrote crazy things on there. And what is so crazy about the crazy things that I wrote on there is that everything I wrote on there came true. And I'm going to give you the actual vision statement next week. So you'll actually have access to it because then you can read it and use parts of it, edit it, make it your own. It's a Canva document so that you can read it every single morning and every single night. When I read it every single morning, it fired me up again. I believe that every day we need to remind ourselves why we're on this mission. Why are we doing it? What's the bigger reason we're doing it? Because when it's all about just making a few dollars for ourselves, that's not enough. But when it's all about, no, I'm doing this so I can take my kids to Florida whenever they want, or I'm doing this because I want to be able to help my brother if he needs like a down payment for a house, or I want to be able to help people in need, or I want to be able to send flowers to people on their birthday, or I want to be able like, you know what I mean? Bigger picture is more money, gives you more choices. And so I would read it morning and night, every single day. And that kept me inspired. So every day I'd wake up with the same oomph of like, dude, today is the day we're getting into action. We are making a massive change. And that's what I'm talking about next week is I'm going to show you the dramatic shifts that I made in a 6-month period where I went from like, I'm stuck for 6 years to like, nope, line in the sand. There is no other option than to make this work. And we have to make this work and we are going to make it work. And I'm going to stop making excuses and I'm going to stop saying I'm shy. I'm going to stop saying I don't know anyone. I'm going to stop saying all of those things and I'm going to get out of my own way and I'm going to start putting it out there. And literally everything changed. It's so powerful, right? So written vision statement is truly, that's the most important success tip for network marketing success. So, so important. And the other piece of that is, that written vision statement, I did literally write on there, like, I want to be able to go to Florida whenever I want. And what is so crazy is we 3 years ago were able to buy a second house in Florida, which initially was a rental and we just had a renter in place. Well, they just moved out in March. So now I have an empty house in Naples, Florida that I can go to whenever we want. So literally this year we just go. We're like, you want to go tomorrow? We just look. We're like, sometimes there's $97 flights. It's the craziest thing. And we're like, let's go to Florida because we can. So it's crazy. So literally dream so big because it is crazy what's possible when you have those crazy dreams. So here's the deal. Next week, I am kicking off the Back to Basics Boot Camp. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to be live every single day at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Comment 163 to get an automation that will send you how to sign up, or you can just go to michelleisnice.com. So some questions here. Can this be adapted to a different company and not just Makeup For Sure? It's for all network marketers. So we have Pampered Chef reps, and we have Scentsy, and we have health and wellness reps. We have fitness reps. We have every sort of rep that's part of it. And I even have a year-long training program called the Elite Program, and we have a ton of reps from all different companies. So absolutely. And then for anyone who's watching that you're like, I'm not with a network marketing company, there will be some stuff you'll learn in here that will help you. But in October, I'll have something separate for you that will be even more detailed for people that are wanting to build an online brand, launch a digital course, figure out ways to monetize your knowledge. Because while I was a network marketer, I started to build a brand online. I started to make videos. People started to find me and ask to join my team from those videos. But then I got requests to come and speak on stages. And then they asked me to bring along my training program, which I didn't have one. So I made one. And so I brought along a training program that I created, and I ended up selling it. And then I learned how to sell stuff online, which has been built into, now it's a 8-figure business. It's an 8-figure in sales. And so I never share that to impress you, but to impress upon you. I'm just a shy girl from humble beginnings, and I was broken a few years back. and I figured it out. And so I've made it my mission to show other people, here is what you need to do. So I love it. So very, very exciting. Look at my little robot. This is my robot responding. Isn't it great? It's just responding back to you. It's so good. So anyway, so yeah, I'm so excited to have you guys there. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, October event is going to be my course creator blueprint. That's going to be showing you how to get your first course created. So how to come up with what it's going to be and all of that. And then I also do have a year-long coaching program that works with people who own businesses, and I help you to get your videos out there, get your email, build your email list, create your first course, launch your first course, make your sales page, do your Facebook ads, and then scale your business to whatever level you want to scale it to. That's called my 90-day difference elite program. So I have two different elite programs. I have one specifically for network marketers, and I have a separate one specifically for entrepreneurs who want to build a brand and monetize that brand and help as many people as possible. And so if any of you are like, wait, I kind of want more information about that year-long coaching program, like right now, you can actually book a call with a member of my team. And to go there, you just go right here, michellelovesyou.com/success. That's how you can get a call with a member of my team. There's 13 people that are waiting by the phones to talk to you anytime. I would take calls personally, but now I have 40,000 students. So then I realized I couldn't do it myself. So, but you can always hop on a call with my team if you're like, hey, here's what I do for a living. Here's what does Michelle have any additional courses? I do have a year-long coaching program, and there's hundreds, close to over 1,000 students that are in that program, and you get your own coach. And we have this rule that no one's allowed to get stuck, and it's like a family, and we're all helping one another just to get to the next level. So one specific for network marketers and another specific one for people that are building brands, creating videos, launching your knowledge, putting your knowledge out there, maybe writing a book. We have people launching podcasts. So kind of for that digital creator type person, which is so cool. So Kim, I'm so glad that you signed up for the Back to Basics. If you want to sign up, go to michelleisnice.com. Let's see, Brandria. Hi, my friend. If we've been in the boot camp before and we have lifetime access, can we get an updated workbook? So Brandria, the workbook you have from the past if you already have lifetime access, that workbook, it's very similar. We have a few updates to it. So if you do, what makes the VIP different this time is that the workbook is different, but the bonuses are all completely different. The challenge that we're doing is different. The prizes we're giving away is different. So if you are like, I'm just going to stick with what you have, you could stick with that. But if you're like, I kind of want to be in on the challenge and get the additional bonuses and all of that, then you can upgrade because there's some brand new stuff that's in there too. So let's see, Michelle, how many different, I do many different things. I can't decide what to pursue. Yeah. So well, I would be curious what you do, right? At the end of the day, depending on what direction you want to go, I don't know if you're a network marketer or if you're a business owner, so I answer that kind of differently, right? If someone's a network marketer, I always say that like, hey, if you're a network marketer, if you give 100% of your time to one company, what is 100% as a grade in school? It's an A+. But if you give 50% of your time to one company, 50% of your time to another company, what's that grade in school? That's a 50%. What's a 50%? That's an F. And so I always tell network marketers, really focus on one company and build that as big as you can. And while you're doing that, yes, you can start to build a brand online and do something like that. For those people that own businesses and you're like, I kind of want to start showing up on social media and I want to build a brand, like I wonder what I could do. What I recommend is stay in the space of health, wealth, or relationships. Those are the most lucrative spaces: health, wealth, or relationships. So I'm in the spot of helping people earn more wealth. And so obviously people like buy my stuff because like it makes them more money. They invest money and then they make more money from it, which is so cool. So yes, so very, very good. Let's see, Michelle, which program on how to get leads using attraction marketing without mentioning a product? Christine, I'm teaching that next week because the bonus that you get when you sign up is attraction marketing bonus, which is, I just want to open it for you. Oh, wait, it's back here a little more. This is organized. This is attraction marketing. So this bonus you're going to get when you sign up. So if you go to michelleisnice.com, the attraction marketing bonus, that will go over that with you. So, which is amazing. So, okay. All right. I also signed up for VIP. Awesome, Kim. For any of you that are signed up and you're like, what is VIP? How do I get full access to everything? If you go to VIPisthebest.com, which is right here. VIP is the best.com. That upgrades you if you want to have full access to everything. So that is the deal. Okay. If this training today was helpful, feel free to share it out. If you've got teams that want motivation and inspiration next week, maybe they're not inspired by you. They don't want to listen to you, but they want to hear it from somebody else because they're like, "Ooh, that was good. I learned from someone else." Send them along because it'll be really great training. I'm going to be going through how to create your written vision statement. The next section is all about leads, how to generate leads. I'm giving very specific examples, how to start building an email list, how to use short form videos, how to use the fabulous game, deal or no deal, all lead related. Lesson number 3 is all about how do we actually book the appointments, the actual scripts that you need, how we reach out to people. So that is all going to be there too. Then lesson number 4 is all about how do we sell and we close, like how to get really good at your selling presentation. When I did it correctly, I sold like crazy. And when I didn't sell like crazy. So I show you how to do it. And then last, I'm going to show you how to recruit. And so these are all the steps on recruiting. So everything is in here. Plus there are some bonuses. And when you attend live next week, each day during the live, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern. When you attend live, we are going to flash a bonus on the screen for those of you that are watching live that you'll be able to download right then. And so you just want to be watching live because after the live, that bonus will disappear. In addition, the replay for each day will be available, but only for 12 hours and then it will disappear. And then it all goes into the VIP access membership area. So if you're watching next week and you're like, dude, this is really good information. I really love it. And maybe you're not able to catch all of it, or maybe you get busy or whatever. You can always upgrade next week so that you get lifetime access to all the training. So we're going to put it into an organized membership area, and then your whole workbook will be in there and all of the bonuses that were unlocked during the live. So it's going to be crazy. And then if you're a VIP, you get to be a part of the challenge, and we're having an awards ceremony at the end of the month where we're going to reward you for taking action, getting into action. And so we're going to have a big celebration for the winners. And so I'm giving away things like my favorite microphone, my Movo microphone, ring lights, webcams, just some really cool stuff. So I'm super excited. So, Abby, this seems nice. I must read it out loud. I just saw the first line. I just want to say thank you. You're the best storyteller. You always speak life into me. You say the exact thing I need to hear at exactly the right time. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. So Rebecca said, if I can't watch at 1 p.m., can I watch the replay? Yeah. So it'll be available for like 12 hours and then it will disappear. So it'll be right on my business page. So you can see it, but then it will disappear. So then if you're like, how do I get it? Then you can always go to VIP is the best to upgrade. So Bobby is a VIP, which is so cool. Thank you, Michelle, for helping me see. Yes, I'm so excited for you, Marianne. Hi, my friend. It's good to see you again. Let's see. VIP, just do it. Yes. Thanks, Julie. Just like I paid her to say that, but I didn't. Let's see. Do VIPs get the bonus being flashed on the screen if you miss one? Yeah, VIPs, everything that is a bonus gets parked in your membership area. It's already so pretty. It's already in there and it's beautiful. So yes, so anything that is a bonus, VIPs are automatically added into your lifetime access membership area. So you can reference it at any point. You can open it up and share trainings with your team. You can be like, guys, let's do this particular training. Like, let's grab this Canva template. So it's meant to be something you can use like for a long time. And I've literally had top leaders in companies message me and they're like, your strategies are why I'm a top leader now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy, right? But like, if you find something that works and you do it, do more of it. Keep doing it if it works. Like, seriously. So I show you what worked for us. Is very, very effective. So the live will be every single no, it's Monday through Friday next week for the Back to Basics Bootcamp at 1 p.m. Eastern time. In Pacific, that'll be 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. In Pacific time. So thank you, Abby. I love you. You're so cool. Thanks, Julie. Okay, VIP, do it anyway, girl. Yes. Okay, so let's give away a copy of my book. Let's do it. So my book is doiteanyway.girl.com. By the way, in November, my new book, You Are a $1 Million Brand, is coming out. I know. It's exciting. I'm going to show you how to build $1 million brand just being kooky and goofy online. I've been doing it for years. Somehow it's effective. So anyway, if you'd like a signed copy of my book, say signed copy, and I will mail you a signed copy of my book, or I can mail it to a friend of yours. If you're like, I don't want your book signed, I want you to give it to someone, I could do that too. So just comment that in the chat. Oh, good. Marianne's got her VIP book ready. You're locked and loaded. Yeah. If you sign up for VIP, you get instant access to this. So you can print it right away. There's a page where it's like, do you want us to mail you the workbook? So we actually can mail you this if you're like, I don't want to deal with that. We will mail it to you. And there's a print shop down the road that loves our business. So I just text them. I'm like, dude, I need 20 more back to basics. And they're like, we're on it. And then they're like, we're ready. And I'm like, come and get them. Literally. So I go pick them up and then I mail them to you. It's so fun. I think it's fun. All right. Anyway, here we go. I'm picking a winner. Here we go. And the winner is, by the way, I hope my friend, it's her birthday. I hope you texted me. Let's check. Let's make sure she texted. I got 31 missed messages. She didn't text me. Oh, wait. No, someone from yesterday. I was wondering. Michelle, that won yesterday, hadn't texted me. I was like, I know someone else won. She wants the autograph book. Okay. I'm on it. All right. Michelle from yesterday won, but where was our birthday girl? She didn't text me. Birthday girl, you better text me. All right, anyway. Okay, here we go. I'm picking a winner. And the winner is, here we go. Dun, 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 cling. Closing my eyes. See, it's not cheating. You see me? Click. Karen Miller Austin. Boom. We need a microphone. I should get a microphone. If anyone sees a microphone that's like squishy that I could drop without it breaking things, I feel like that would be a good idea. Actually, I want to Google that right now. Then I could drop microphones next week. Okay, Karen, you are the winner. So congratulations. Let me stop sharing my screen because that's a lot. Okay, so this is, you're going to just text me right here. Text that number and say, I am the winner of a signed copy of your book. And send it to wherever you want me to send it to. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. So excited. All right. Well, I love you guys so much. Thanks for being on. I believe I'm going to be live Sunday. I forget. Hold on. Let me see. I'm being real crazy. I really enjoy being live. It's so fun. I got soccer for the kids tomorrow. I love that. Pictures for the kids. I think Sunday I'm going to be live, but I don't know. Don't mark my words. It's not in my calendar, so I might have to double check on that. Anyway, okay. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being on. And again, just head over to michelleisnice.com because I am nice, and you should go there because then you would see that I am nice. So there you go. And make sure to share this to all your friends, or just tell friends to go to michelleisnice.com to get their free spot in the Back to Basics Bootcamp next week that will change their life. Okay. You're pretty. I love you. Thanks for being on. Bye, my friends.